This is my second time recording this because the original recording got cut short and I was very poor at multitasking. So I just sort of rambled on for minutes on end. But so I'm just going to keep the footage and commentate over it about the things that I wanted to talk about and that I've already talked about, but explain it in more precise detail, exactly, or just explain it better. So I put up a community post like a few days ago, like a week ago on my YouTube, and I was asking for small suggestions to add to the operating system, right? And I got a lot of good suggestions, but a lot of them were not small. Like a lot of them were very like I made a poll earlier, like a separate poll earlier about like how many people like in the audience had experience with programming or OS development, and it was something like 40, like I think it was like 40% or so that had little to no experience with programming at all, right? Which is perfectly fine, right? But it definitely shows in moments like that when people don't really have an idea of what exactly is or isn't a part of the operating system, or what adding something into the operating system would exactly entail, right? But regardless, I got a few like good suggestions that I'll be implementing in the video for the 24th, or at least like for some of the bigger ones. I already had some of them planned. Like some people mentioned shit that I already was like, I'm already working on or already had plans to do, right? I'll definitely, some people suggested some new stuff that I'll keep in mind for the future as well. But also the new video for the new osakaOS video is gonna go over a bit into, I guess, sort of the philosophy around the operating system and how exactly I want things to flesh out and be, how I want it to be like viewed as, or like how I want people to think of it as, right? Apart from that, that's all I pretty much have to say about the new osakaOS stuff. I'm also working on a different software project to show off on my YouTube channel, right? I don't know exactly how I want to do it though, because I was thinking I would probably get them done because I could probably get them done faster and more like cleanly if I did it in like the same style of osakaOS, where it's just text on the screen and like photos and stuff, right? Because then I could work in it in pieces and bits, like whenever like I want to, wherever I want to, instead of having to actually sit down and record it. But if you, I'll see, like, do you actually want to see? Do you prefer it to be in that video style for showing off software, or do you want me to like actually go make a recording and like explain it in a commentary type of thing? Because if I do make it in like a osakaOS style, I want to, regardless, I want to make it like unique in its own, like, I guess, video style. Even if it is just like text on a screen, I want like the editing to be special, or like the sequence of events in the video to be special, if that makes any sense. But I'm just like getting started on it in the first place anyways. Like I have like a little program that's working as intended for now, but I still need to get back on it. It's not gonna be like some anime themed like meme software either. I mean, I still want to make it like, fun to use and creative for people that actually care about like a sort of thing in software, but it's not going to be, I guess, has the same appeal as osakaOS, right? So if you're looking forward to something like that, then osakaOS is pretty much the only thing I want in that regard. The one I'm making right now isn't as big as, the scope is nowhere near as big as osakaOS either. It's basically just a single like command line program that does some stuff. It's mainly surrounding like one specific I guess topic or field, I guess, in software computing, right? I've shown interest in it before in a related video I made like way back in the past. Not way, but it uses the same mathematical theory, I guess. It uses the same field of math in that regard. But I'll explain it, in when I make that first video. I want to make more. I want to make more software that's unique in its own aspect, right? And I want to show it off in like videos on this channel and like series and stuff. But I just don't like have a lot of time to like really sit down and plan things out and to implement like all these complicated algorithms and stuff, and troubleshoot and bug fix and all those things. I'll probably have more time in like the next few months because I have summer coming up, and I only plan on taking one class, assuming it's even open because I forgot to register early. So I want to do things on this channel when it comes to like making my own software and showing it off. That's different from like all the other copy paste, stuff you see on YouTube. No offense to any other like programming YouTubers. I'm not talking or talking about any specific people right now, but there's a lot of people on YouTube who make software and show it off in videos, and it's just like it's like the most unoriginal, like boring, like predictable stuff you can possibly imagine. And this is something this is they're good videos, like they're good YouTube videos, they're good content. Don't get me wrong, they make objectively better videos than me, definitely, but the actual software itself, it's like fast food, there's no like real like investment in it, like the one thing that like I actually like about I guess this channel or like the stuff I do on here is that there are people who actually care enough about the software that I make to actually run it on their own machines or like write programs in it or ask questions about it and things like that. And, that there are people who have been commenting on these like different videos since like since like summer of 2023, right? And that's something that I like a lot, that that people are actually invested in the project and have care for it outside of what are like an edutainment or like edutainment video on YouTube, right? Because like a lot of these guys, they'll spend like 20 minutes explaining the most basic stuff, like reading from a fucking Wikipedia article and shit, and then they'll talk about the software and how they did things. And I get like I don't blame them for doing that. Like people find that interesting, and I get why, right? But to me personally, I don't care about explaining in super deep technical detail about all the things I do to get like software up and running. If I was watching somebody make something cool, I want to see like I could get like a rough explanation of how it's done and how it's made, but I don't want like some super detailed like stuff that I like imagine like I can imagine myself watching somebody make like say for example somebody like modding a car or something, or using parts from a car and like an engine to make their own like vehicle like contraption thing. Like I barely understand anything about cars, right? I wouldn't really like so me personally as a viewer, I'm not really gonna care about the technical detail of like all the specific parts that they used and their history and how the I don't care about that shit. I just care about like seeing something cool on screen. You can give me a rough explanation of how it works to like a layperson, right? And that's pretty much as much as I want to hear. And obviously, there's nothing wrong with wanting to go into technical detail about the things you make. And I do it too, but I try to make it. How do I explain this? Like certain. The thing is, like with a lot of some like osakaOS videos I make and stuff, a lot of it is very like a lot of it is like you can't really understand it without going into technical detail. Like if I were to explain how like what's a good example? Like I can't explain how multitasking or how driver management works without going into technical detail. I can't explain how PCI works without going into technical detail. I can't explain how my file system works without going into technical detail. You get where I'm going, because all those things deal with like either like very technical things related to like how hardware is controlled, or it relates to some abstract data structure that organizes information according to certain operations that I make myself, right? But if you want me to go into very like autistic technical detail about the implementation details of what I'm going to do for my next software project, then I guess you can also just say whatever like you want in the comments and see how you want specifically that to show out, But I'm gonna try to make it like cool in my own way, or at least cool how I think it is, because I try to make videos. I try to make stuff in a way where I would want to watch it if I was, a viewer. Like even these commentary videos, like there are a few people I watch on YouTube, like including like some small channels and stuff, that just make like simple commentary videos with just like there's either like a photo in the background, just a single photo, or like gameplay, or they're doing like something in the video, right, for visuals, but it's just somebody talking about their life or what they think about something or what they whatever the fuck, right? And I think that like a lot of it's just like unedited like bullshit, like what I'm doing right now, it's like just a bunch of uhs, likes, and, you know, sniffles, and licking my lips to make sure they're fucking moisturized and all that shit, you know. But I like unedited stuff like that, and I think it's more, I think it's more relaxing and interesting to listen to for topics like this where you're just rambling. I prefer to like highly edited, like, you know, bullshit that's really not about anything important. If I make videos about something that I think is important and interesting to talk about, like a certain topic or something, then I'll edit it a bit more. I'll think a bit more about what I want to say, how I want to say it, and how I want the information to be organized in the video, you know, shit like that. But this isn't one of those videos, you know, so. And, you know, at least, I know at least some people enjoy it, so I'll keep making them, you know. Also, I feel guilty not making, like, a video every other week at least. I haven't made a video, like, in this entire month, so hopefully this fixes that.